Alright, the next thing I like to do is hook up my front panel stuff. As you can see, there's so much here in terms of overkill. And each one of these is going to be labeled with different things. And you can identify either on your motherboard, they're going to be listed, and they're usually going to be at the bottom. Take a look down in there, Kyle. There are going to be all the slots where you can hook these up. And these are going to be listed on here. You're going to make sure your pins match up. And if you're not sure of a slot, check your motherboard map in your manual. So you have all these. You have all these smaller ones. They're even more annoying. They're for your reset button, your power switch, the LED, and one more, the HD LED. So you need to hook these up. This will allow you to turn the computer on in the front and allow you to do the reset button. And then here I already hooked up this in the SATA 3. This is our front top SATA. SATA 0, or I put in SATA 3. We're going to have 0 for our hard drive, SATA 1 for our disk drive, and SATA 2 in case Kyle wants to add another hard drive. You can change the number order. You can do that in your BIOS. And we have this is for our fans. So I tried to put the fan parts out of the way. These are the fans. Those will be hooked up to the power over here later. This goes to the rear fan here. So I'm going to hook up these smaller ones first. Usually these are all together on one little spot. So you're going to take your time and make sure that you find the correct location. See, it's right here in this little one. There's a bunch of little ones. It's hard to read, so you got to take your time. I'm going to get down in here and do this the best I can. So make sure you match them up properly. They're usually labeled the same thing. So you have the power switch cord. You want to identify, pull all the other cords out and away so you don't get any tanglage. I'm going to slide that down onto my two red pins that label power, top to bottom. The reset switch is usually below. So throw the reset switch on there. Then we have our our LED plus and minus. So we got those hooked up. Next we're going to do all our different audio and power cords. So you just want to identify, make sure you spread these out, see which one has the most length. Don't tangle them up. So we're going to start with our USB. So down here you're going to look for your USB. These ones are actually labeled in white underneath the pins, so that helps. So we have our USB 2, USB 1, and USB 3. We're going to go with USB 1. So I looked it up, and there's 3 slots for the plus and minus LED. The middle one is not used, so I don't know why they put a pin there to fuck with you, honestly. So we've got those in now. These are your most annoying things. So I'm going to unmove this SATA thing here. I don't think it did right now. So what I wanted, I'm really upset with how many cords this front panel has. Honestly, it's unnecessary. I don't know why you need 4 front USBs, and it's just too many cords that you don't need. So I want this to go away for now, and you want these cords to stay in the back of your computer so you can run all your power cords. So just look at this. Like, this is just annoying everyone here, and it's going to be in your way for a good while. Like, it's going to be really annoying when we're getting our power cords in, everything. So what I'm going to do is stand the computer up and push those cords outside the case, kind of, but leaving them still connected to give us more space to work, because they're just space hogs. So now you can kind of see what it looks like standing up, and it's kind of harder to put stuff in, but you can see a lot better. I've got a little better lighting now than what we were just doing. So next I'm going to start doing some power cords. This is going to be zip tied together in one big ball. You just want to, cut the zip tie or unscrew it, depending on what kind of tie it is. So these are all your power cords coming out. Just a big jumbly mess. You just want to stretch them all out, check them, kind of straighten them out a little bit. Make sure there's no cuts, tears, or anything that you might have done or might have come that way. You want to send it back, obviously, if you do. So this big one here is your 24-pin connector, and this is going to go in your motherboard right here. So you're going to look at it. You got to see that. You see this clip here. You're going to make sure you face the clip. And like each of these pins has a different style. Like some of them are squared, some of them are curved off. So you're going to check the top two. Make sure you're matching them up. So the square goes on the top. So your clip goes right here, and you're going to put this like this. And you're going to kind of like push it in, and it'll like kind of clip. Now you feel like you might be pushing a little too hard, just take your time. It'll line up perfectly. It doesn't really make a snap noise, so when it's in, it's in. But when you're pulling out, you got to kind of go over the clip. But yeah, it's on there. So first you have that 24 pin. Next, you want to identify where your 8 slot is, which is usually up here to the left, and you're going to find that power cord here in this mess. So let's see here. I think this one might be it. And these are your 2 main power sources that go to your motherboard. So you have this one too, so make sure you identify the circles or the squares. We have square on bottom, so this corner goes in like that. It says CPU on it, so sometimes it's labeled, sometimes it's not. You're going to put that one in. That clip pretty good, so now it's in there. Make sure you're pressing the clip if you're taking it out. So as you can already see, we're already getting a jumble of cords. Basically what else has to come off of here, we have to put power to our disk drive, power to our hard drive, and power to our video card. So the video card's right here. Pretty simple. It'll be labeled PCI, and you have 6 on here, and you have the capability to add 8 depending on what these pins are. So you can just put them together like that and push them in. It'll make it 8. Sometimes they come together and you have to break them off yourself, but this one's already been broken for you because most of them are 6, so these won't even be used. So you can kind of like tuck these down, just kind of hold it like that. So they're both the same. Doesn't really matter which. You just want to make sure that you get the cords the way you want them. So I'm going to pull this underneath to the side here on the edge, see, so they're on the edge, and then I'm going to put this underneath my motherboard cord like that, I guess. I want this on the outside. So you're just going to wiggle around, whatever will make your setup the best. This one, obviously, I'm going to want over here to the left more, so I kind of spin it back a little bit. And I'm going to put these over here, because those are going to go to my hard drive and stuff. So yeah, just take your time, curve your little extra pieces back if you don't need them. Make sure your circles and squares match up. So that's in there. It doesn't really clip either. Just push it in slow. It'll say PCIe will be facing up. So once you have it in there, now your power is supplied to your video card. Make sure both these are in here good, and that will be the main source of your power. So that's what I'm saying. Like if you needed to SLI, you're going to have more like a splitter, or you're going to have a bigger power supply that'll have more power cords coming out of it. So now we're going to try to do our power to our hard drive and our disk drive. So usually there are different kind of slots. See, these are mainly for fans. These are all fan power. So you want to take that, throw that off to the side. And if you're having any confusion, you know, check your layout for your motherboard. Now these, I forget what kind of power this is, but as you can see, it's two strips. So say you were running 3 disk drives, it would be like this basically, 1, 2, 3. But we only have 1, so you can try to reach that up there. But I suggest just using the top one, and then one of these will reach back around to the back of our hard drive. Either one you want. So we're gonna put this up here, and then look for your power, which is usually the bigger one of the 2, because the small one is the SATA. It should just slide right on there. And to push it on, it slides on. It's kind of a weird clip. It's a weird thing. So that's on there. That we got power going to that. So now I'm going to take this and loop it around the back of the hard drive. See, my computer, my hard drive is here. You could probably mount that in there somehow, depending on your case. And you could put the power with this one of these 2, or you could use the other cord. So I'm going to take this cord, go it around the back, underneath all my back power stuff, and then identify, there's your SATA, and then this is your power. So kind of get some slack, get your corners around. And if you can extend the cord enough, you want to tuck the cord underneath kind of here to get less cords over in your front area to give you more space to work. So I'm just going to slide that. Take your time, slide that on there. And these are kind of annoying cords too. They're not really that, you gotta like kind of line them up and just kind of push them on. They're not the best made cords. The problem with these things being made with plastic is that the molds could be wrong, and some clips can be the same design clip, and look how easy that one went on. This mold just might be a little off, you never know. So I'm going to use that, and this can will just hang here. It doesn't really matter where, you know, just tuck it up here. So when we shut the case, it'll be tucked. So that one went on easy. This one wasn't going on. The same thing. So you just, if one doesn't work and you still have some slack, try that. So we'll just leave that there. If Kyle needs to put more hard drives in, he has this one here, or he can try dropping it down and trying it a different way. Maybe just giving him a little more patience to that, but I don't want to waste your time. So